In a healthy dog and cat, the urinary tract system consists of 2 kidneys. These filter waste products, balance water and electrolytes that lead to 2 ureters. The ureters are tubes that take the waste products or urine that is produced and put it into the bladder. The bladder is a storage container for the urine where it will sit until it is ready to be expelled through the urethra. The urethra is a tube that's open to the outside world. One of the main defense systems of the urinary system is to keep the movement of urine going. If urine is flowing out through the urethra and being expelled, bacteria can't move up into the bladder and cause an infection. So it's very critical that animals urinate frequently to eliminate bacterial growth in the bladder. So when we're looking at the job of the kidneys is to filter the blood. So we have the blood coming into the kidney where it reaches a filter. So this is an area that has little holes that allows substances to pass through. What passes through are molecules of water, electrolytes, and waste products. Now, as this filtrate passes through the kidney's job is to take what it needs back and moves it back into the bloodstream. So it will take water back, it will take electrolytes back, and it will expel the rest as waste. If the body is well hydrated, there is excess water that will be expelled in the urine. If the body is dehydrated, as is the case with most cats fed kibble, they need the water back into their body, so they will reabsorb most of these water molecules, leaving the basic waste products. The next step is, after this urine is produced, is for it to move from the kidneys down into the bladder. Inside the bladder, it waits to be expelled. Now this is where we want to talk about dilution being the solution to pollution. Now the way to think of this is that if we have 2 bladders here, and we have one bladder that has a lot of waste products in it. It's got a lot of minerals, it's got a lot of metabolic waste the body doesn't need, it doesn't know what to do with, or it may have some electrolytes that have been expelled as well. We don't need all the sodium, potassium, and chloride that we've taken in, so we may get rid of some of that. And then we have the water that it's in that form the urine. Now, this would be highly concentrated urine. Cats are very good at producing this because they take up most of the water back into their body. This leads to urine being very concentrated. Concentrated urine, as it sits in the bladder, molecules tend to pool at the bottom. And this is where urinary stones and crystals are going to form, is in this what's called a precipitate. This is the molecules that fall out of the water and settle in the bottom. Now, when the bladder is fairly full, as in really concentrated urine, the animal doesn't feel the need to urinate as often. So this is going to sit in here for a long time until the cat needs to urinate. Now, if we took this same bladder and we filled it with our waste products, but let's say we reduce some of the waste products because we reduce some of the excess minerals that are in the diet, and we reduce some of the waste products that are produced. And then, because the animal is so well hydrated, we actually have extra water left over. And so that extra water is going to go into the bladder. Now, when we have a bladder that's full, like this one is, the animal will want to urinate more frequently. And the frequent urination will empty all these solutes out of the bladder, and then they don't have as much time to settle here on the bladder, the floor of the bladder, and create stones or crystals.